right, hey everybody, I'm back to share more about my music collection so far. I went over my tape collection, now we're gonna go over the CDs. Ready? Here they are. Yeah, right here. Alphaphone, this is Richard Kirk's side project. Richard Kirk from Gabriel Voltaire had a lot of these side projects where he comes up with different names for them all. Oh my, this is gonna be a little bit difficult. Trying to hold this. Amorphous Androgynous. If you listen to Future Sound of London, that's a couple guys out of that project. And then here we have, just for fun, got some classical, got some Bach in my collection. I might do something like this. Try to figure out how to share these CDs. Bauhaus. And that's your classic album cover. People are familiar with this, so as mentioned earlier, we listened to them by God 20. Some of the Wax Trax Fun. And Black Dog. Black Dog is part of the, what they call the Intelligent Electronica. Very good psychedelic. This particular album, if you're interested in ufology, it's all about, spacecraft and stuff like that, the possibility of aliens. And so, I'm going to share this whole David Bowie collection that I have. So, what I'm going to do is sit down here. I got so many in this handful. Yeah, so I'm going to take my sweet and precious time and share what I've got. So let's see here. Heroes. Station to Station. Ziggy Stardust. And Earthlings. So this was really neat when that came out in the 90s, how David Bowie seems to have been staying up to date. So I didn't really... I guess if I was a bigger fan, this stack would be... But, it didn't really follow much after that. So, let's see here. Get you back over here. Yeah, so now... B12, I mentioned these guys earlier. This one's even juicier. Now, Cabaret Voltaire. I'm going to have to sit down with these for you. Let me see how deep that goes. That goes all the way. Oh my goodness, I can barely hold that all. We're going to sit down for this handful of CDs. Alright, now let's see what we've got. So, Microphonies. Crackdown. The Crackdown. I almost wonder if those are out of order. Best of the Cabs. Okay. Uh-oh. What is this? Techno pop. Electropunk techno pop. Oh, I am so glad I have this. This is one of my favorites. Now, this one, I had the cassette of this. I had to have been about 12 years old, and my mom wanted my dad to take it away because of that one naughty song. The one that, I work hard. And it sounds like they're doing it. Ooh, And then, I really loved it when Cabaret Voltaire went into this era. They started to get more electronic. So I think my collection's a little out of order here. I'm not sure. It seems like I think it is out of order. This is this reminds me of the middle of the 80s. I remember, playing with my toys and listening to this when my dad played it on the stereo or my Atari games. And then definitely when they started getting more and more psychedelic, I think this is when it started kicking more and more over to Richard Kirk. And he was doing sort of more that, just the music, no singing. So that's more Richard Kirk's way. Definitely one of my favorite albums ever. I loved it. Again, this is when Cabaret Voltaire started sounding more like trance music or something. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but I loved it. And in ways, I feel like listening to Cabaret Voltaire, now these guys were originally industrial music. They were practically just a noise band, a bunch of art school students from England. And before it was all said and done, it was more like, you know, smooth jazz of electronic music. As far as I'm concerned, Richard Kirk was a master of his art when he died. So that's my juicy opinion. Now I got to put these all back where I found them. Oh my goodness. Just making more work for myself. Anyways, I'm going to try to put these Cabaret Voltaire albums back down here. And then this, man, this must be something I picked up in Denver, just trying to find other stuff. I'm going to set this down real fast to kind of tuck this in. Oh my goodness, you guys. Can't believe I'm just taping like that, but I'm having a little trouble thinking, how am I going to move these around so I can share? So anyways, Chris and Cozy, boom, boom, boom. See how many I've got before I run out. I think that's where they're at. So let's see, I could probably go through these right here. Heartbeat, good stuff. So the old days. Now, I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like a dirty picture. Ha 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 ha. So it seems like they've always kind of had a sexual thing. Now this, I really love they had the song Synesthesia. I used to think, I'm going to start my own band and I'm going to call it Synesthesia. But Bill Leeb already wasted that on one of his one album side projects. And it must be a live one there. So anyways, let me put these down. See what else we've got here in my treasure chest. And then, let's see here. Clock. That's Chrome, actually. Yeah, definitely, there's a bit of Chrome. I really liked this band when I was a kid, and to this day I like to put it on once in a while. Very interesting. I guess that's more like acid punk. Clock DVA. See what I've got here by these guys. So, here we'll go like this. Much easier to look at. Man Amplified. Now, this is more of what I call my dad's techno. I love, the type of electronic music my dad showed me is different than what we call techno. So that's kind of my little joke. It's my dad's techno. Because we listen to a lot of electronic music that is closely related to what we call industrial music or post-industrial music. They say industrial music was over when Industrial Records closed shop. So they're kind of stuck up about it, snobs about it. So I just say that jokingly, but so I'd like to think it's more of a concept than an art than a playing style, right? So so that a lot of these bands in my collection are influenced by industrial music or you know, cosmic music, you know, stuff like Kraftwerk, Tangerine Dream. So here's Controlled Bleeding. This is more like or it has like, it's electronic, but it's very much rockish. So I might call this industrial rock, you know, Controlled Bleeding. Cyberactive. This is Bill Leeb and Kevin Key is in this. I don't know who else it is, but that's all I need to know. Don't want to hear that. So really glad those two got together. Dead Can Dance. I should do it like this. There we go. So a little bit of Dead Can Dance in there. Now I'm going to put that back because we're on to my Delirium. I don't have much of Delirium, but I have some. I have everything. So this is when, you know, Delirium was almost more industrial sounding than Frontline Assembly. That's the funny thing. So this is Bill Leeb's feminine side. But not until he got past here. This was really experimental sounding, really loose-knit sounding music up to here. But then you get into here, and this is when he started getting more of that dance sound. So I think that's about where my Delirium ends. And so I kind of lost interest because it's too cheesy. Well, anyways, you guys, I'm going to stop this segment right here. I'm going to make different segments depending on how much time I need. So I hope you stick with me. So part 2 is ending here and part 3 is next.